Okay, you win. I got a Switch Lite. Okay, to be honest, I'm not really good at skits, so sorry if it was a little corny. I'm sorry about that. But let's get on to the video. Hi guys, my name is Mandy, and in this video, I'm going to do a Mandy Rambles. I'm going to give you my thoughts on how I feel about the Switch Lite as someone who was previously a hater of the Switch Lite, and to just give you my honest thoughts. Now, I know you guys probably thinking I'm the biggest hypocrite that ever walked the earth, but to be fair, I did wait some time before purchasing it, and it's for review purposes. But no, it's okay if you guys think I'm a hypocrite. I did get a lot of heat from that video by downvotes and by video responses. That's like my first video I got video responses from. So I felt really passionate about the Switch Lite, but now I gave it time and settled down. I feel it's about time to talk about it since I bought it. So, oh, and pardon my manners, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. I do Nintendo content. Anyways, let's get on to the video. So, the Switch Lite, the mighty Lite. Now, okay, first impressions about it is I didn't know how actually light it was. Even in the stores, you could play it, but it's always connected to the thing that it's on, so you can't really get a feel of how it, you know, how light it is. And man, when I first picked it up, I almost threw it out the window because I just underestimated how light it is. But yeah, this thing is very, very small and very, very light. Now, I could tell you that with the small compactness, there's a lot going on in this thing. So I'm kind of like astonished that Nintendo could pull all that off in such a small build. But okay, my first impressions were that it was very light and it looks very cute. I love the turquoise. The color is just awesome. I'm kind of nervous about the white buttons because, you know, pressing it everywhere, somehow they will get dirty. And yeah, so it does have a D-pad, which is cool. I don't use it that much because I'm not used to a D-pad being there. But design-wise, this thing looks awesome. Like, it looks very, very cute. And I could tell why a lot of people like it and how it's aesthetically pleasing to them, because either the turquoise or the yellow, the thing looks awesome. I don't know who would get in black. Alright, so I was really nervous about my games on this thing. I don't know, with Nintendo, it feels like surgery trying to get your games on a different thing because they give you so much warnings beforehand that you're actually pretty scared as to, okay, am I pressing the right button? Like when I was transferring my Dragon Quest II save file to my Nintendo Switch, I felt so much pressure because there was so much warnings to back it up with the cloud, and I thought it was going to erase my whole thing as a whole. And it did say that, note that it might erase your whole save data if accidents happen. So I was pretty wound up trying to get one game on the Switch Lite, but it worked. Once I saw my save file, I was like, oh my god, yes. It was a huge relief nonetheless, but it was one game. And that brings me into my next problem is how to sync it with your actual Switch. Because a lot of people buy this as, you know, a side thing for the Switch, but it's so hard to back and forth your games and your save file. I felt like they could have done it really good where if you beat a part of a game here, if you put it over there in your Switch and you got your accounts connected, that it would just automatically update as it goes. But that's not the case. You need to back it up to the cloud. So some games that don't have the cloud, like Splatoon 2, I forgot the other ones, I think Mario Kart, and Animal Crossing, which is a big one, you can't really put on your Nintendo Switch Lite. So I'm not gonna really play Animal Crossing on this thing because I would want it for my Switch in case I want to live stream or capture footage. I don't want to start a new save data here and then start over there, and that sucks. That's why a lot of people make big deals out of Save Cloud. So if you're one of those people who always harp on it's just a save cloud, nobody cares, having a Nintendo Switch Lite kind of amplifies the need for a save cloud. And if it's not there for a certain game, I can see why a lot of people will get mad, and I personally get upset too. because it's already hard to sync stuff between your Switch Lite and your Switch, but now without a save cloud, it's even harder. So that aspect of the Switch Lite kind of sucks, and I know Nintendo wasn't marketing this for an accessory to your Switch. It was kind of a standalone thing, but a lot of people bought this alongside their Switch as more of a complementary thing. Like, I've seen instances where people have a Switch, but when they have to go to work or outside, they just bring their Switch Lite. So I feel like Nintendo should really, work on syncing the Switch and the Switch Lite together where it's more seamlessly and more, convenient for people. So I'm saying that a lot of casual consumers are not really flocking to the Switch Lite, which is weird because Nintendo made this for the casual consumers. But a lot of people who buy it are like me, who have a Switch and just wants to make it a bit easier to play your Switch games without, taking it out of the dock or anything. But on a more positive note, I do love that this thing is so small and compact because my regular Switch is behind all my stuff and it's always connected to my monitor and my Elgato. So it's very hard for me to move it from place to place or to really move it at all. I kind of just leave it in the dock because my whole setup is like that. So I just found this one really easy to have if I want to pick up something and play it quick or to take it out. Now, a point that I made in my Switch rant video was I wish it had kind of its own library of games, and I still think that to a certain extent. Now, not gonna lie, I kind of wish it had a cartridge for your 3DS games, but then thinking about it, I'm like, 3DS has 2 screens, how's that gonna work? But I still feel like they could have done so much more for this thing to make it stand out, make it a little bit more appealing, because a lot of people just use it to play the Switch games, which I guess is the idea. But I feel like it could be more because it's very cute, it's very handy, and it works really well. And I just felt like they could have done more, especially with their other handheld games, the 3DS games. There's a lot of things they could do with this to make it its own little thing and not really dependent on the Switch, because a lot of people will pick the Switch over the Switch Lite. With that being said, this is more of a splurge for me because I don't necessarily need it. I still pick up my Pro Controller and play on my TV sometimes, but it's really convenient, especially towards the end of the day when I don't want to wear my glasses to see my TV. It's nice to take them off and just use my Switch Lite. I know, first world problems. And another point I want to make is this thing gets really, really toasty. Like, if you play it, I know there might be cases and stuff, but if you just play it like regular, this thing gets hot and your fingers get a little toasty, which I don't mind. It doesn't get too hot where it's like, oh my god, but it does get a little toasty and you can sometimes hear the fans, but I found myself getting used to it, but I can still feel sometimes I'm like, damn, this thing is a little toasty there. Now the Switch does get toasty as well, but not as fast and not as hot. So keep that in mind, especially because this is a handheld thing, so you're going to be holding it a lot. It does get a little hot and toasty in there. And the fans do their job and they fan away, but you could hear it. Just put headphones on. That's what I do with my PlayStation. That thing is like a rocket ship. So I just put the volume of the game really high so I don't have to hear the rocket ship going. And if you have a PlayStation 4, you know what I mean. But other than that, you could connect your account easy, and digital games are more easier to transfer than physical ones. Which sucks because I'm a physical collector. But all in all, I was wrong about my video. This thing is not as bad as I painted it to be. It's actually pretty convenient, and it took me by surprise on how compact it is, how light it is, how easy to just take it anywhere with you. So I could see the appeal with it. I just wish Nintendo could do a little bit more with it, make it its own thing. But if you're looking to buy a Switch, I would say get the regular Switch so you get all the features and functions and all that. And then down the line, get a Switch Lite. I mean, you can get a Switch Lite first. I ain't telling anyone what to do, but that's just my recommendation. Unfortunately, we might not get to that 2K subscribers by the end of the year, but that's okay. Like, really, it's fine. Now, this is my second year on YouTube, and I would like to say it was really weird because my first year everything was on fire, I was on the go. But the second year was kind of like once all that settled down, it settles down. But I want to change that for next year and give you guys good content and well organized content. I'm going to make a stream schedule, spruce up my editing also. I have a lot of things in mind for this channel, so cheers to 2020 for MandyleePlays. Let's go. If you want to join the ride, please subscribe. Now in the comments down below, tell me your New Year's resolutions. I would love to hear it. Now that is the end of my Mandy rambles. If you like this video, give me a like. And if you like my channel and love to see more, hit that subscribe button. And please ring a ding ding that bell to get notified when any of my videos or live streams drop. You can follow me on Twitter at MandyleePlays. So cheers to 2020 and play a good game. Bye.